Today's section we are going to discuss about non-parametric dimensions to you. Okay, and the last section already I discussed with the what is the dimension introduction, and today's section is going to discuss about what non-parametric dimensions. And listen carefully what we are going to do on the non-parametric. So here when you draw any line here, for suppose I'm taking this line, okay, I take it any line over here. So I started at 8. I draw a line now. Now we can see that if I wants to be given a dimension of this line in a non-parametric style, then what the commands we are using? So we are using the command that is dim for dimension, and we need to use LIN. So dim linear. So this is what the dim linear command. So the dim linear command is uses to showing the dimension of the linear objects. So this is a linear object, and if you are drawn as a vertical section also, it is also called as a linear object. If you wants to be given it as dimension for that, then we are using dim linear command. Okay, I just enter, and it's asking you the first extension line origin. So and see friend, I'm not going to define the extension origin here. I just click on enter. So there was no need to define the extension line origin now. So I have the extension line origin here, and I have the one more extension line origin here. But I know that my line segment starts from here and it ends from there. So my line segment starts from here and it ends from here. It means my extension line origin this and this. So that's the reason what I need to do is I'm pressing enter, no problem. So you can press enter, and it's asking that select object to dimension. So I'm selecting this object directly, and automatically what happens, the dim linear command will automatically measure that what the first extension origin and what the second extension line origin. So I define it the label location over here. So I define the label location, and see friend, and see here, so we are observe now. So this is called an extension line 1, and this is called an extension line, sorry, and this one is an extension line 2, and this is called dimension text. This is dimension line 1, this is dimension line 2, and we have arrows. Okay, this all those things we have. So this is what friends is a linear dimension. If I wants to be given as an angular dimension, then how I can give the angular dimension? I just take the line over here, and I'm drawing the line from this to this, and here we can see friend, I wants to be showing the angular dimension over here. Then we are using the command that is called dim angular, ANG. When I click on dim ANG and then enter, and I'm selecting the first object over here, and I'm selecting the second object over here. And after that we need to define that what the angle we need that. So I specify this one. So this is what friends is a 90 degrees angle. So now I'm showing the dimension, but what happens means when I make the changes of the dimension text now, only the dimension text will change, but the actual object what we are going to make that object is not going to change. So that's what we call that it is a non-parametric. And the last section we are already discussing about dimension constraints, that is parametric dimensions. So in the parametric dimension we change any dimension, then automatically object is also will getting updated along with the dimension, but it's not happened here. Okay, now this is angular. If in case I'm drawing the line as a crossway, for suppose if I wants to be draw a line in the cross like this, and after that if I wants to be showing the dimension of this line now, so we are using the command dim aligned, ALI, dim aligned, D aligned, that is the command we are using it, dim aligned, enter. Now I'm specify the first extension origin and second extension origin, but I don't want to be specify the first and second. I just enter, and I'm selecting the object, and after that I can define it. But this line means if I want to be showing the dimension of this particular line now, we are not choosing the dim linear command. Why you are not choosing the dim linear command means because of the reason is the dim linear command is able to showing the dimension of the linear objects, but it's not linear object. Okay, clear? Right. So now let us see here, and the next thing is, yeah, I'll take it one circle over here. So I take it circle, This is the circle I was going to do. Now you can see I want to be showing the radius of this circle, and as well as I want to be showing the diameter of this circle. Then how we can show it? So we are using the command that is called dim radius, RAD. Enter. I'm selecting the object and I'm defining the location, and yeah, I click it here. Then what happens? The radius is showing it to you. And if in case if I want to be showing the diameter, then we can see it is radius. That's what they're showing, the R symbol over here. But if it is a diameter, they're showing the diameter symbol. So dim dia, enter, and I'm selecting this object, so means circle, and we can showing it here. And observe friends, sometimes what happens means 6 holes with 3 dia, we are written like that. So if I wants to be written that way, so then how we can written it? So that's very simple. Don't define any location over here, even though if you are going for this way also. For suppose if you are given this the length of line is, if you wants to be write that, so don't define the location. Before the defining the location, we need to be press empty, enter. Empty means is nothing but multi-line text. We can define it empty. When I define it empty there, so then what happens means automatically it takes time, but it's select the text. And after that, what we need to do is, if you want to be write something over here, we can write it, no problem. The whole, okay, I can write like this, the whole with what friend, with that diameter. So this is what we can easily write it. And after that we can click on outside, then automatically that text will be comes into the here. That's way we can write it what 2 holes with 10 dia, 3 holes with 10 dia. So we can write it like that also. And if you want to be write the here also, we can write it what friend, the length of line is, the angle of line is. Okay, so we can write like that also. It's not matter that how we have written it. Okay, we can written it, no problem at all. Clear? Right. So this is what how we can mention the radius, diameter and angle, and after that I'll mention it what friends is the linear and align this. So I'm explaining that to you. And here if I have arc, see friend, I have arc now, but arc is having what is the radius. So the radius or diameter it has. But if in case if I want to be showing the diameter or radius, I can use dim dia or dim radius. But I want to know that what is the length of my arc. So that's why we can use it dim arc. Yeah, dim arc. When I'm using dim arc now, so then automatically I'm selecting this arc and I can see the length of arc. Clear? Now let us see here. I have one more thing here. Dim okay, so this is okay. I'm using dim ordinate command. So okay, what is that? Dim ORD. Okay, so dim ordinate. What is the meaning of dim ordinate? Here enter dim ordinate and define the location over here. For suppose I define the location over here. Then what happens means it show it to you what is the length from origin to this point. But here we can see this, how we can define the origin now. See friend, actually the AutoCAD, it remembers it. When I click something area, it takes it as origin. It means we can say now, so this is origin. Actually we have call it as this is origin and this is 0, 0. But it is on a coordinates are on now. It means what friend, when I'm clicking something area now, for suppose I'm clicking on here, it means what happened friends, now that is origin for me. So when I'm clicking this area, it means the AutoCAD is treat like it is origin. So that's why when you are using dim ordinate command, then what happens means it's showing this the distance between from origin to this point. Are you clear now? So if I am showing it to you for suppose, and the last finally I made this one, so I think so. I use the command that is called DIMORD, and I'm using the location over here. So it means what, friend? This is the dimension it shows to you, and this is what is a y dimension, and this is an x dimension. So if you wants to be showing this y dimension now, so I just click on here, then automatically the y dimension we see in it. And if in case if I wants to be showing the x dimension, we are taking same command and we can select the same point, and we are getting the y point also. So sorry, x point also. So this is called DIMORD. Okay, now let us see on the next command here. So for suppose I have the lines like this. See, I have the one line over here. For suppose I am using F8 over there. I'm using F8 over here, so I am clicking one point over here, and I'm clicking one more point, one more point, one more point, one more point here. Now what happened, friend? I have the different line segments over here. Clear, friend? So I have the one segment here, another segment, another segment, another segment is here, another segment is over here. If I want to be showing the dimension of this line segment, this line segment, this line segment, that is very difficult. It means I want to be used more times. But I don't want to be used more times. I want to be used only one single time. But I want to be getting the dimension of that all those objects. Then how I can do it? See, friend, we have the command. So I'm using it. What? Dim. First time we need to use it. Dim linear command. I'm using it. Okay. First I'm using the dim linear. Enter. And I'm selecting this object. So from this to this, I'm showing the dimension over here. Clear, friend? Now we can see, friend, now I'm showing this what dimension here? Linear dimension, I'm showing it to you. Now I want to be repeat this dimension on this object, this line segment, this line segment, this line segment, this line segment. I want to be repeat that. Then what we need to do that? See, we have the command for that is dim continue. We can use dim continue. So we can use dim continue over here, and after that we can understand, friends, it's directly asking about the second extension in origin. But this dim continue command, that command is not asking you what is the first extension in origin. Why? Because of the reason is already we are using dim linear command, and the dim linear command, what is your end point? That point is treated like a first point for dim continue. You understand? For dim continue, what your end point, so means what you are using previous command, the previous dimension command where you are clicked. So that is treat as a end point. So means first point, and next one is I'm specifying the second point over here. So I just moving it, okay, till till moving the endpoints over here, friends. Okay, but I wants to be doing it as endpoints now. That's very difficult. So shift plus right click, I'm using it, and I'm using the endpoints over here. I just moving endpoints for that. I just click it, and yeah. So this, and we have one more line, and we have one more line, and we have one more line here. Enter. Done. So now I continue this linear dimension continuously now. Yes or no? I'm selecting this and I'm moving towards up. See, this is actual dimension. So original dimension, so I can pull it down. Then we can see it. This actual dimensions we have. I can get it. Clear about this, friends? And I'm selecting this one, and I'm drag it and place it on middle. No problem. Okay. Right. I move it. Later. Right. Clear? Now this is the dimension we are able to show it that. Clear, friend? Are you understand? Yeah. So this is the way we are doing it. this dim continue and all those things to you. Clear about this? Right. So here I'm explaining this some commands to you. This is what these all our commands are belongs to non-parametric dimensions. It means when you are changing the value, the object will not going to be changed. Okay, with the respect of your dimension. But this is okay. We are showing the dimensions like this. Sometimes what happens means customer is showing it. Customer is asking me, sir, I wants to be see the my dimensions units over here. See friend, they show it to you 18.4962. They show it to you. What is this? It is in the meters or inches, millimeters, and all those things. What is this? See, basically by default AutoCAD is maintained inches. It means we said that it is in inches. But customer doesn't know that it is in inches or meters or millimeters. We need to show that it is in inches or meters. Clear about this? Maybe the customer is asking on a different scale also. We need to be provide the different scales also. And if he wants to be decrease the decimal places, now how we can decrease the decimal places. And if I wants to be change the arrows and symbols, how we can change the arrows and symbols. And if he wants to be change the extension line origins, or if he wants to be change the color of the extension lines, dimension lines, colors, and all those things, how we can control it. We can easily control this all those things by using of some other command that is called dimension style manager command. Dimension style manager command. So by using of the dimension style manager command, we can control your dimension, what you have give it into your drawing. Is it clear? Right. And the next section, we are going to discuss about that thing to you. Okay. Thank you. And please subscribe my channel.